Building up your run mileage can be challenging and risky.
Yeah, and you've probably come and found this video because you are cramming for an event.
So let's help you build your run mileage quickly.
There's a golden rule in running, the 10% rule. Now, you've probably heard of it, where if you're new to running, you're most certainly going to hear of it.
Yeah, this is a rule for increasing your run mileage, that you should never increase your run mileage by more than 10% on the mileage of the week before.
Yeah, now we're not going to entirely throw out the rule book, but we are going to sort of pull it apart a little bit.
Yeah, the rule is very loose. It's something of a cautionary tale for runners that your body needs time to adapt to your mileage and you can't jump into big miles. And for this purpose, it works really well. It's probably prevented countless injuries.
Yes, but we are obviously all unique. Everyone's a little bit different. And that means we don't have to be exactly strict to that 10% rule all the time. We're going to be looking at why, and most importantly, how you can actually increase your mileage a little bit outside of that 10%. But before we crack on with that, just a quick reminder to give us a like to support the channel. If you're not yet a subscriber, click on the globe.
Your personal adaptation rate and tolerance will depend on your running history and experience. A novice runner will probably find it quite challenging to build up at 10% per week consistently, and arguably, they probably shouldn't. A novice runner should start conservatively and build conservatively. There is no benefit to ramping your mileage up quickly if you're new to running, unless you also want to experience your first running injury. But if you're an experienced runner coming back from a layoff or an injury, you can probably increase your mileage by 10% quite comfortably, maybe even by more than 10% week on week, up until a point.
That point is your base mileage. And your base mileage is basically the total of weekly miles of running you were doing beforehand. So say you've done 40 kilometers per week for years and years and you're coming back into it, well, you'll be able to get back up to 40k per week relatively easily. But once you're there, that's when you need to dial back the progression and just continue to increase your mileage, but more slowly.
It is also important to realize that your adaptation goes through phases. Your muscles will adapt really quickly to a new stimulus, whereas your tendons and ligaments may adapt more slowly, and your bones may adapt more slowly still. And again, judging this depends on your previous running experience. If you've been running for years and years, you can assume that your bones, tendons, and ligaments are well adapted to running, unless you've had a really long layoff. But if you're new to running, your muscles may adapt really quickly and lead you to believe that you're well adapted to running, whereas your tendons, ligaments, and bones are not really ready for that increased training load. In fact, at the onset of weight-bearing exercise, it has been shown that bone restructuring can lead to bones actually being weaker for a month or so after the start of exercise before they adapt to the increased training load.
The 10% rule is usually referencing mileage, but really it should be training load, as the intensity that you're doing your miles at is going to add to the strain that's on your body. So for example, if you're increasing your mileage and your intensity, then your body's probably going to start to be overloaded and the system's not going to be able to absorb all of that. So if you do want to increase your mileage at a faster rate, then you need to consider keeping your intensity the same.
So now that we've been through all of this, let's answer our question. How do you build your mileage quickly?
Build rapidly to your base mileage, but no further.
Add no more than 10% per week beyond this.
Add in a consolidation week every 3 to 4 weeks with lower mileage so you can absorb the stress.
Prevent injuries by reacting to any pain or tightness quickly by getting treatment or reducing volume.
Wear well-cushioned shoes and run on more forgiving surfaces to reduce that impact stress whilst your body adapts.
Adjust your diet to provide all the added fuel, protein, and nutrients that your body needs to absorb the added physical stress.
Get plenty of sleep whilst you increase your mileage so your body can recover faster.
We hope this video helps you ramp up your mileage safely, or perhaps gives you pause for thought if maybe you're already ramping up your mileage a bit too quickly.
Well, whatever it is, happy running, thanks for watching, and goodbye.